Game week 4 in Fantasy EFL is nearly here, and in today's video I'll be creating my Game week 4 first draft. Before we get into today's video, please be sure to like and subscribe, support does not go unnoticed. Of course I will be posting fantasy football content across the new season, so if you are interested in that, be sure to stick around. If you are interested in being in my Fantasy EFL mini league, it will be linked in the description, and let's get straight into this video. As always, we'll begin with teams to target, and it is a single game week for every single league in the EFL this game week. Birmingham are at home to Oxford. Birmingham of course got off to a very good start in the league, Oxford not so much. Birmingham have yet to keep a clean sheet in the league this season. Oxford have scored a few, but I expect Birmingham to keep a clean sheet in that game, and I think Birmingham defensive assets will be very popular. The other team that I will be targeting in the Championship are Wrexham. They are at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Neither team have got off to a good start in the league, but I feel as if Wrexham have got a bit unlucky in their games so far, and Sheffield Wednesday, with their ownership problems, they are getting dominated every single game. 3-0 to Stoke and of course 2-1 to Leicester. It could be more in that game. I feel Wrexham will get their first win in this game, and if they don't, Wrexham will be in real trouble. 3 games without a win, and Sheffield Wednesday is everyone's easiest game this season. Moving on to League 1, and Barnsley are away to Wimbledon. Barnsley have been very good so far this season. It surprised me, to be fair, and Wimbledon will be down there in League 1 come the end of the season. Barnsley midfield assets have been really good, DKD, Connell especially. You'd expect Barnsley to win that game. Ending on League 2, Chesterfield are away to Harrogate. Chesterfield have won all their games so far in the league, beating some pretty good teams along the way in Harrogate. They've scored a few goals here and there, but they're definitely not as strong as Chesterfield. Dunkley, of course, has been very popular in Fantasy EFL so far, and he may well be again in Game Week 4. Grimsby are also away to Accrington Stanley. We've got a lot of away teams in League 2. Accrington are always going to be down there this season. They haven't recruited very well in the transfer window. I expect Grimsby to reach the playoffs this season. They missed out just the last season. I think McEachran will be a very good pick in Fantasy EFL. He picks up a load of interceptions, and maybe against a very weak side he can get a goal or assist. MK Dons are away to Newport in Game Week 4. They put 5 past Cheltenham in the first game of double game week 3. I am recording this video before the second game in the double game week, but of course that game against Cheltenham is very encouraging. Callum Patterson, he got a few there, and then defensively they were superb. Sanders especially getting that goal. Newport are a lot better at home than they are away if we're judging off of last season, but despite that, MK Dons will be far too strong for Newport. And finally we'll end with Swindon. They are at home to Shrewsbury, who have not scored at all in League 2 so far this season as of the time I'm recording, so 3 games in and they are yet to score. Swindon have looked pretty good. I can see them keeping a clean sheet in Game Week 4. Now those are my teams to target for all 3 leagues. Let me know what you think, if I should add any more. Because of the double game week, there are no betting odds for Game Week 4, so we'll move straight on to my Game Week 4 team selection. Now I say team selection, but I may not mean that this is very much a first draft of many, but it is looking pretty strong. As of the time recording, I am around 100th in the world, so we'll have to have a good Game Week 4 to keep up that record. In goal we've got Connor Ripley of Swindon. We talked about how poor Shrewsbury in front of goal. Swindon have yet to keep a clean sheet themselves this season, but against a very poor Shrewsbury side, maybe this will be their first clean sheet of the season. Moving into defence, Christoph Clara of Birmingham, who was so good in League 1 last season and was really helpful in Fantasy EFL. And Oxford at home definitely gives them the opportunity to get a clean sheet, a few clearances here and there, and get a really big haul. He picked up 5 points in Game Week 3, despite not picking up a clean sheet. He got 13 clearances. That's a really big number for clearances, and I assume when the betting odds do come out, he will have a very big probability of keeping a clean sheet in that game. Next to him, we've got another defender who played in League 1 last season. That is Clareworth of Wrexham, at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, we've talked about him already. 0.2% selected as of the time of recording. He's got off to a fairly poor start fantasy wise, but he has been getting 90 minutes for most game weeks, and that Sheffield Wednesday fixturing is really promising. Finishing off my defence, I'm going 3-2-1 again. I am seeing a lot of people going for a 2-3-1. I'm not too sure why. 3-2-1 is still the best way to go for me. If a defender doesn't return with a clean sheet, he still may get a 5 or 6 pointer like we saw with Clara in game week 3, but if a midfielder doesn't return, he can be on a 2 or 3 pointer. It isn't worth it in my opinion, so that is why I'm going for the 3-2-1 still. And my captain at the minute is Kerr of Wigan. Wigan are superb defensively. Rotherham, they're looking pretty bare in front of goal. I'm not too sure where their goals are going to come from, and they could be in real trouble this season. In the first game of game week 3, Kerr got a goal, a clean sheet, 4 clearances, 6 blocks and 2 tackles. A massive 19 pointer in that game against Peterborough, and I'm pretty certain we'll see a similar haul in game week 4 for Kerr. Other Wigan defenders are definitely very good as well. Carragher, Aimson, Sam Tickle in goal is a decent option as well, but I have settled on Kerr, and in this moment in time he is my captain. Moving into midfield, we've got George McEachran of Grimsby Town. I am focusing on the interceptions this game week, and he gets a load of them. 7 in 3 games so far, that's a really good amount. And against a Accrington Stanley side who are very poor, we may even see a goal or assist there. Grimsby's first few games have been pretty easy. Crawley, Harrogate and Newport in their first 3 games. And McEachran has averaged 6.7 points in those 3 games, and against a similar level of opponent in Accrington in game week 4, I can definitely see a similar haul for him. My second midfielder is Luca Connell. He's very highly owned at the moment, 10% selected, but that is for good reason. He's had a brilliant start in terms of Fantasy EFL, 12, 11 and a 6 pointer, and it's probably due to him picking up assists in every single game he's played so far, and getting an interception here and there, and that also goes a long way. Barnsley face AFC Wimbledon in game week 4. Barnsley will be the favourites for that game. And for me, if you're looking to guarantee points, you may not get that with DKD. I would be going for Luca Connell in the Barnsley midfield. Now in front of goal, our lone striker, we've talked about him previously, Callum Patterson of MK Dons. He is way too good for this league, and his past 2 games have shown that. Goal and assist against Barrow in game week 2 and a goal and assist against Cheltenham in game week 3. He will pick up a very big haul against Newport in game week 4, a relatively easy fixture for MK Dons. 8.3 average points so far is really insane for a forward. You don't really see those numbers, maybe for a defender or midfielder, not for a forward, so Callum Patterson is looking like a really good pick. And at this moment in time, only 1.6% selected, and that is really low for me, but I'm sure it will rise as we get closer to the deadline. And my 2 team picks are Birmingham, first of the season, and Swindon Town, who are at home to Shrewsbury. Both teams are at home in game week 4, that gives them the advantage, and I don't see a way where the other team scores, to be honest. Shrewsbury, of course, very poor in front of goal. Birmingham very good defensively. These are 2 very safe club picks, but maybe I will alter them as we get closer to the deadline. Of course, this is a first draft of many, but that is my draft at the moment, so let me know what you think of it. If there is anything you think I should change, let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Support does not go unnoticed. My Twitter we linked in the description. I will be posting my final team selection of Game Week 4 on there. So if you are interested in that, be sure to follow my Twitter. Thank you for watching, and good luck in creating your Game Week 4 drafts.